Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time we played with all the Cactars, and we got the Mercury Sigil for the ultimate weapon for Riku. There it is. Now, let's get some other sigils as we're moving along. I should have enough to get the Mars sigil. I did a bunch of it off screen. I will make some notes here for you. I went to Kilika, and I captured 10 of all the monsters there. Of course, in the previous episode, we were at Begamine Desert, captured 10 of all the monsters there. I went over in that episode where those enemies are most likely to be located. In terms of Kilika, they're all in that jungle there in between the town and the temple. Not really any particular spot. I just ran up and down the middle of the screen near the save point there. I went to Mushroom Rock, and I captured 4 of the these guys. Those guys. Basically what I did is I used the airship, and I beamed down to the battle site, and I just ran around the save point there. They're the flying guys. Just capture 4 of them. You don't need to go out of your way to capture a whole bunch. Now, there is a very specific reason why I'm choosing specific enemies to capture now. Normally I don't do this, but I'm doing this just for simplicity's sake when it comes to the items that we're getting as prizes for the monster arena, and so that we can get the Mars Sigil, which is one of the prizes. I also got 4 of the these guys in the Mihen High Road, and I also got 5 of the Dual Horn in the Mihen High Road. I recommend for both of them that you warp down with the airship to the Mihen High Road, which will take you to the travel agency there. You can rent a chocobo, or you can just run however suits you, and you can run into them in the area in between the inn and the entrance to the Mushroom Rock Road. But even more, or you can run into Dual Horns there, but you can run into both in the same battle in the old road, which means going to the start to the Mushroom Rock and then going back down into the area where we got the Mars crest way earlier in the game. So I've shown you what they look like. I would recommend picking up, like I said, 4 of the one in the Mushroom Rock, the flying purple dude, 4 of the armored lizard in the Mihen High Road, and 5 of the Dual Horn. And that will allow us, in combination with the other stuff we've already captured at different areas, to get a few more species creations that we want in order to kind of move on and get all the ultimate weapons before we head into the final dungeon. Okay, we've done that. A couple episodes back, we managed to get ourselves a new Aeon, Anima. And we taught Anima a whole bunch of useful abilities. I passed down any extra ones that I had left laying around to Bahamut and then to Shiva. But there's one spell I kind of want to teach Anima, but I don't have enough for, and that would be Drain, so we need Stamina Springs. Well, in order to get Stamina Springs, we need to defeat Anima in here. And you can only defeat the Aeons that you have once you've obtained them. You won't be able to fight the Aeons that you don't have against Begamine there. Before we do that, let's head over here. Now that we have all of the other Aeons, including the 5 that we were required to get up to Bahamut, and then the 2 hidden ones so far, Yojimbo and Anima, then we can come here and we can start using some of these items that we've picked up. The Blossom Crown was I think it's a gift or a reward for clearing Gagazets, I believe, at the Monster Arena. And if you get the Flower Scepter, we got from defeating, I think, Bahamut or something like that, here in Remium Temple. So once we've got all those things and got all the previous Aeons, then we can come here and we get ourselves a whole new Aeon. Well, not really 1. We get 3. Cindy, Sandy, and Mindy, the Mega Sisters. I get 2 achievements. Game, why are you so lazy with your achievements? Alright, so let's take a quick look. You can't teach Cindy, Sandy, or Mindy any abilities, but as you can see, they have huge stats, or huge HP. They also have pretty good stats compared to some of the other ones we've got here. And they can do quite a bit of damage. They have their own special attack, as well as a delta attack that combines all of their overdrive gauges together. So that's the final of the hidden Aeons there. So now let's talk to Begamine here, and let's take down the remaining Aeons that we can fight. The next one we have access to is Yojimbo.
Before we begin, now
Yojimbo, I didn't really go over it too high in the in our in our menu there, but he has the highest innate evade of any Aeon in the entire game. So we need something that can deal
choose your Aeon
a lot of damage, but that isn't going to have too many problems. Well, the new one we got a couple episodes back, Anima, that's a good choice for this fight. Yojimbo has 32,000 HP, and Anima should be able to take care of him in probably 1 or 2 hits. Once you've gotten to this point, you've kind of finished your sphere grids, it becomes a lot easier to beat all of the Aeons at Remnian Temple here. Now, normal attacks are susceptible to, what's the word I'm looking for? To evasion. Pain deals magical damage and death to the enemy. It is a very useful ability, and they can't block it. They won't succumb to instant death because it's another Aeon, but okay, it'll take me 3 hits to kill this guy. And Anima has lots of stuff here. Anyway, since we did teach all those things, where's haste? We'll just cast a haste there to make our life a little bit easier. Just because, as with all of the secondary abilities that your Aeons have, they have a much lower, or a much higher, rather, recovery time after using them, so they're a higher rank attack. One more. Yeah, a lot of the time this guy just uses the dog. If he does charge up his overdrive, he will use Anmato, and he will kill you. It just takes forever for that to happen, so you should never see it. That should be enough right there. If you don't have Anima and you're trying to take down Yojimbo there, magic is a good choice. So bring in something like Bahamut or Shiva, cast haste, and then start throwing spells. Would be a good idea to teach Osmos to one of those guys, or Lancet as well.
This. It may come in handy.
For defeating Yojimbo, we get 8 piddly shadow gems, which we don't really need. Okay.
Well, Yuna, shall we see?
I'll do my best. Now we can challenge Anima.
Very well. Now.
Anima, you can go about a few different ways. Anima's actually one of the more difficult, obviously being the second to last one of the more difficult ones to fight here. I'm going to go the route of exploiting our newfound friends. But if you don't have the Mega Sisters, you can use pretty much any other option. I would recommend Bahamut. He's got a lot of HP, and if you've taught him Kiraga and Haste, he'll be more than good enough to be able to take him down.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
Okay, we're going to summon the Mega Sisters. They have a nice long animation sequence, so we'll sit back and we'll watch. Of course, I just had a really bad experience with, well, these guys. And that's because when I was around the Mushroom Rock area, doing my monster catching, I ran a little too far in one direction, and I found the dark variants of these guys, and managed to game over myself. I had, thank God for the autosave feature, which means I didn't have to go back very far. There we go. And as you can see, with these ones, you don't get to control them outright. You get to go either do as you will, or you get other attacks or other combinations later. Cindy loves to start off the battle with auto life. I don't like her doing that. It's annoying. If you have an option to do fight, usually that's what you want to do at least early, especially with someone like Mindy, because she'll either do a normal attack or she'll do her special attack. Fight's usually what I go for because I don't want them casting spells. Look at that crazy damage. Oh yeah, Yojimba or Anima has 54,000 HP. Cosmos? Wow, that's a lot of MP. Sure. Sometimes you'll ask them to do the same thing twice and they won't. This hits 15 times, and once you power it up, it can be one of the most powerful attacks in the game. It's not the most powerful attack in the game, but it's definitely one of them. But yeah, not too hard if you have the Mega Sisters. They really break that fight. But if you don't have them, like I said, haste Kiraga or haste Lazaga on either Bahamut or Shiva, respectively, and you'll be fine.
You have made some progress, and for that, I'm glad. Take this. It may come in handy.
And what do we get for this? Well, we get the stamina springs we need to teach Drain to Anima. I'm going to head back here because I don't want this to go wrong, and it's potential that my strategy might not work all that well for this. But I haven't tested it or anything. I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. And so we're going to do this. Nope. Save. Thank you. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate something about the Grand Summon ability that I haven't gone over yet, and I really should have a long time ago, but I forgot. So we can face
I will be the judge of your
one more Aeon. Now, if you fight any of the Aeons a second time, all you get is power or mana spheres. It's actually set depending on which one you fight a second time. If you missed out on the Aeon abilities that she gives out for beating her along your path, then you'll get it from fighting Aeons like Valfor, Ifrit, and I think it's just those two. It might be Ixion as well. But anyway, once we've beaten all of them, we'll have another option.
Are you ready?
But let's take on the Mega Sisters here. Based on my strategy here, I want to have Yuna with Grand Summon, her overdrive all the way filled up before we come into this fight, as well as having Bahamut's overdrive gauge already filled. Because kind of the way it works is you Grand Summon, it gives an Aeon a full overdrive. And once it uses that overdrive, it'll cut back to whatever they had for an overdrive before. So in Bahamut's case, he has a full overdrive already. I'm going to Grand Summon him, and then he's going to have a full overdrive left after using his overdrive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Grand Summon him. Basically, this means I'll be able to use Mega Flare twice in a row, and that's my fastest way of taking care of these guys. So, White Magic, Haste. We're going to get a couple of turns in here. Ow. Not so bad. Let's go Omega Flare. They're going to get 3 turns. I don't think that'll end up killing me, so that's good. Launch Mega Flare at these guys. Even if you're not going to use Mega Flare, Impulse is a really good choice in here. Oh, I overkilled one of them already. The small one, Mindy, only has 20,000 HP. The middle one, Sandy, has 35,000. And Cindy has 48,000. So now that we've done that, Mega Flare them again, since we get to get our overdrive to stick around. And that should be all she wrote. Like I said, if not, you can, haste and impulse and you'll be fine. But, oh, you're still alive. I didn't even know she could use White Wind. That's new. There we go. Remember, overkills don't matter here, so don't really worry about any of that.
Stop. That is enough.
But yeah, you could use something like Haste, Shell, and Protect if you wanted. Though I think one of the Mega Sisters knows Dispel, so that could be a pain in the ass. Anyway, for doing that, we get 40 Shining Gems. I don't even remember if those are particularly useful for anything, but...
Thank you.
Anyway.
Perhaps you'll teach me again someday?
That's not possible. You have already surpassed your father. There is nothing more I can teach you. My work here on Spira is done. Time for me to go.
Okay.
Send her.
If you don't send her, all you can do is fight her aeons over and over again. If you want to send her and say do nothing, you'll have to beat the Mega Sisters again in order to get this dialogue option to show up. So just perform the sending. There's no real benefit to fighting her over and over again. Based on what we know about Orin, how is it that this doesn't send Orin too? There's a few times where this happens in the game, and they just never really explain this. But anyway, for doing that, we get the Moon Sigil for Yuna's ultimate weapon there. I will meet you at the Monster Arena. Okay, we're back. Now, before you talk to this guy, if you've done all the capturing that I mentioned, the areas we've already been to, all of the ones from the Thunder Plains, all the ones that we got in the previous episode from Begamine, all the ones from Kilika, 4 of the Flying Purple Dudes from the Mushroom Rock, 4 of the Lizard Dudes from the Mihen High Road, and 5 of the Dual Horns from Mihen High Road, you should be getting the same items I am. Make sure you've checked your supply of Mana Springs, Purifying Salts, Poison Fangs, Shadow Gems, and Light Curtains. And assuming everything goes the way I want it to, we should be able to get 99 Mana Springs. We used a bunch of those to teach Osmos to a couple of our Aeons there. Let's see. Lightning Gems. Woot. I'm just going to let this guy... Oh, I was going to let him hit somebody so that Yuna would gain a bit of an overdrive, but that's fine. Let's pull... Actually, yeah, you can stay and we'll pull out Waka, put in Titus, and no, I'm not fighting these guys now. I just want to come in and show you what you can steal from these guys. That's basically it. And if someone gets hit and Yuna gains an overdrive from it, even better. From Kilika, and we get 99 Poison Fangs. It doesn't matter if you clear out your supply of Poison Fangs because they're really not that useful. You want to know what you steal from him? I would guess remedies. I don't know, I'm running away. Because Malbro, not a good idea. Do note that in the international version and the HD version, he ambushes you every time in here. In the original PS2 version, he did not. At least that's what I've read. Okay, what else we got here? From Beacon, and we get 99 Shadow Gems. I had 8 from where we just were, but I don't really care. It's a big giant worm. Okay, that's fine. No, you don't get to go again. I want to steal. More Shadow Gems. Okay. Hit somebody that's not Yuna. Wow. That didn't even kill me. I am surprised. Oh yeah, you have no MP. Never mind, I was just gonna throw a Kiraga out there, but I guess I won't do that. Run away. Alright. Ultimate Horn Beast. You get light curtains from them. You have to capture 4 of all of the different ones that look like this guy. At least I think it's this guy. It might be a combination of this guy and the dinosaur that I was talking about earlier in the episode. I think they all kind of go together or something like that. Or no, this is the one that looks like the dual horn. Never mind. So this is the one why we caught 5 of the dual horns. Let's steal from you. You get lunar curtains, even though you got light curtains for that. And I think if you beat him, you get more light curtains. I think they screwed something else up there, but anyway. No worries. And let's see here. You've created a monster. Get 60 Supreme Gem. It's actually not on my list, but I wasn't worried about it. This is just, I believe, from getting... Okay, this is getting 2 species creations. This is the Sphere boss. This one's a real pain in the ass, but we're not going to be able to kill it. Guess what? We died. Whee! Can I... No, stop. Game, stop that. I want to revive Titus. I want to be able to run away, but I'm probably not going to be able to do it. But at least it'll build up Yuna's overdrive gauge again. She'll guard. Yep, everybody dead. But at least her overdrive gauge moved up, so I don't have to bother trying to refill all of it later. The great thing about the monster arena, you don't have to worry about dying. It doesn't hurt. And what else here? You've created a monster. This one, 99 doors to tomorrow. We didn't have any of those, so I wasn't worried about getting them. And that leads to this guy. And all of the original creations, when he says he's created a monster, you're just going to get enemies that you can steal Gambler's Spirits from, so don't worry about it. The Sphere guy was like that as well, that's why I didn't worry about it. And that one was for getting, I think, 6 different area creations. And that's it. Now, based on how I know, I've got 2 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, I'm missing one. Which one am I missing? Okay, I know what I did wrong. I missed 4 of these guys. Those ones are found in the Mushroom Rock Road. What I did is I took the airship to Mushroom Rock, and that's the secret one that we used to get the God Hand, but it safely allows you into Mushroom Rock without having to deal with Dark Aeons. So I went down there and I captured 4 of these guys, and that was the last one I needed in order to get this. You complete a total of 10 races or areas, and seem to be worthy of a prize. It's a priceless item you have no use for. The Mars Sigil. And taming all the dragons, you've created the ultimate worm. You get 99 purifying salts. And we can fight this guy. Okay, I'm sorry, but it doesn't look like a worm to me. That's not a dragon. It looks like a more realistic dragon, but he's not a dragon. You can steal gold hourglasses from him and run away. It's basically like the silver hourglass, except I think it delays more, or I think it adds delay plus slow or something like that. Anyway, that should be all from you. So now that we've done that, we are, let's see here. How many sigils do we have left to go? We have the Saturn one and the Jupiter one. So, next time, we will be doing Blitzball. Now, as far as Blitzball goes, I'm going to make one little note about it here, but I just need to set something up before I do that. So, one moment. Okay, we're back. You know what? We can head up to the airship first. Why not? Now, if you want to do some Blitzball at this point, and you probably don't, but if you do, you'll realize that this league showed up a while ago when you were trying to get the tournament to have attack reels. And it doesn't have anything we want. So there, you could basically play through all 10 games if you really wanted to, and that's not a whole lot of fun. So what you can do is you can go reset data, which will reset everything back to defaults. Now, I was considering whether or not I was going to use this, but this seems like a good time to do so. And what this does is it sets everybody back to their default, and so you don't have to worry about players you had, players other people had. All the levels have gone back to the start, which makes the game more difficult. But we don't have to do a tournament right now, which means we don't have to win every single game. We just need to be first place. So chances are you can do that with anywhere but from probably 7 to 10 games. Normally you're going to win most of them, except against the Elbed anyway. But by doing the reset, and sometimes you'll have to do this more than once, you can get status reels to show up there. Once the league shows up, it'll stay. You don't have to worry about that. So now we can cancel on out of here. We'll have that league there. And so we need to play 10 games and win most of them in order to do that. So we need to find a whole whack ton of players. The place you start, right here. The best player in all of Blitzball. Sign him for about 11 games. The reason why he's so good is just because of his speed. All his stats are high and his speed is high. I think at this point we can sign Waka, and he's like a really cheap player. It only costs 1 gil, but I don't really care about that. I want to head back to the Mihen High Road and get Rop, and Rop is right here. We want to sign him for 11 games. you want to get Nida here in the Comlands. Pick up her for 11 games as well. Can't sign anymore, so let's start getting rid of the weak stuff. And let's go down here. Is it the first one? No, it's the second one over here. Stupid magical floor in the way again. Faster! Go faster! We got Svanda, however you want to pronounce that name. Pick up you for 11 games. And we'll release Letty, sure, why not? And of course, we're going to grab Jamal again here in Luca. Get him for 11 games as well. The number, as long as it's above 10, it doesn't really matter. We'll get rid of you, sure, why not? And once you have all of those players set up, now we can start playing Blitzball. Now, these are not the best players in the world. I'm not claiming that they are. Really? Game 1's against the Elbed? I hate my life. Left, and we want to put you on the right field. We want to put Brother down the middle. And on the left defense, we're going to put... Actually, we can put you over there. That'll be fine. I chose Nida over Zalitz, who I was using before, because Nida actually has really high speed and not as much attack, but still has high block. So she's not as good of a defenseman, but she can move the ball away from oncoming attacks a little easier. So put her on the left, put Rop on the right, and put Jamal in goal. Now, I'm not going to go and I'm not going to play all these games on screen. In fact, I'm going to play pretty much none of them on screen. I've showed the basic strategy when you're low levels. You may lose this opening match against the Elbed Sykes, and that's entirely fine. This is a league setting. You just need to have the best record of win, loss, and draw at the end of 10 games. So if you lose this one, don't worry about it. Move on to the next one. It's not like a tournament where you have to win every single game. So what I'm going to do in between episodes is I'm going to win all of these games, and once we've done that, we'll probably be at a high enough level where it will be worthwhile actually showing off some of the different strategies you get once you gain a few levels and once you get to a point where the game's a lot easier, to be quite honest. So anyway, that's pretty much all we have time for today. Like I said, next time we'll be getting into a little bit of Blitzball, and we'll try and get what remains of all the Blitzball prizes before we go too much further. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.